Hello and welcome to the show. Today I am a little bit sleepy and I'm not quite sure I'm functioning as a human being that well. Following 4 days at the Festival of Speed, it was fantastic fun and there will be plenty of video stuff going out over the next couple of days. Haven't quite had time to fully edit all of that. So for this afternoon's video, I'm going to play some Wreckfest as the latest update just came. I think it came out the day that the day that I was going, or the day before actually. I think it was on the Wednesday it came out before I was going to the festival. So I didn't have a chance to play around with the new tracks that were added, and one in particular is a pretty spectacular one. It is called Crash Canyon, which, as you can probably guess, it's a modern version of Crash Alley. One of my favourite tracks in a racing game ever. You'll also notice a whole different sort of UI system going on. I personally don't like this main menu as much as the old one. However, it does make some other things a lot easier. Certainly, sort of the menus for the cars are much easier to navigate and much clearer to navigate. There's some other tweaks as well, which we'll come and look at in a minute. Let's go back into the old quick race. Right, what car do we want to run? These are still the same cars from, I guess, my previous save file. These are the ones that I happen to own. We've got an American 2. We have got a European 1 that is apparently the fastest in terms of top speed. But it is the fastest. That's okay. Sure. I mean, I guess it's light, but normally it's the power that's more important for top speed. And I wouldn't have said it was much more aerodynamic than these other two. I mean, these other two are quite boats. I like this one, the American 5. So that is the car that we are going to be running with. We've got, shall we go 8 laps? We'll be brave. Can we survive 8 laps of Crash? I've got to not call it Crash Alley because it is technically called Crash Canyon. However, it's going to slip my mind. I should point out, of course, that this circuit is currently a work in progress. So, sort of scenery details. I mean, there's kind of not too much in the way of scenery. The track itself, though, does, from that shot, look relatively as you would expect. Oh god, we're starting right from the very front. I can push AIs into the oncoming lane, but it's going to make no good whatsoever. Oh, the red car's almost rolled it. He's still almost rolling it. He's got away with that one there. Oh, we've been shunted about, and we're going to turn somebody. Well, it is an eventful opening section. Now, the first lap of Crash Alley is fine. The first lap of Crash Alley is no problem, because if you end up straying into the oncoming lane trying to avoid an accident, or because you lose control of your car across the jumps, it doesn't matter. Oh, someone's had a spin on their own up the top. Yeah, if you end up in that oncoming lane, it's completely and utterly irrelevant. Oh, the leader has just got annihilated. But as yet, this second lap, this is where things start getting a little bit on the hairy side, shall we say. All it takes is you can be doing everything perfectly right yourself and have cars fling across the central gap. As we saw back then, I think the leader here might be about to... No, he didn't get taken out. Everyone's all kind of clustered into a little ball there. AIs have seemed to have got faster. Either that or I'm just driving like a moron. Maybe my car is considerably underpowered for this. It's good to see the AIs being a little bit more competitive. Now, one of the real tests... Oh! For Crash Alley, well, I was about to say, oh god, our cars are a little bit welded together, is how often crashes start changing lanes, because that's when things go spectacularly, terribly wrong. I have been deposited down the order. Ow. Ow. Many owls have befallen my car. You can go in a wall. Yep, I'm going to cause chaos. Oh! Oh, yeah, chaos is being caused. Chaos is being caused indeed. Out of the first couple of laps, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure that sort of the combination of AIs and everything. I say the combination of AIs. Combination of AIs and their pathing around this track, if it was going to be spectacular enough. It can be. It really can be. If all it takes is one car out of a position and you can just sort of have everything snowball into a massive, massive crash down here. I think it is slightly less chaotic than the Crash Alley of old, and the Crash Alley that we've seen that was in the very track pack. I can't remember quite which mod pack, but yeah, the Crash Alley version that was modded into this game was a little bit more chaotic. I think it was a little bit narrower, a little bit more confined, although at times the bumps there caused various vehicles sort of suspension issues. This one here much smoother, and even in my heavily damaged car here, we're not getting pinged about. We're going to have a dive at the inside. Yes, we are. I say my car, there's not much car left for me, although everyone else is doing just as badly as well. We could perhaps do with some more mistakes from AI cars. I mean, I can kind of sneak around the outside here, maybe make up a position or two. It's not as going to be a spectacular... Oh, God. We got all a little bit on a wiggle there. Let's go for... Trying to go for that inside. Wasn't quite close enough to make any moves stick. Oh, we're going to get assisted into there. Catch it. I don't know if there's been any handling improvements, but... certainly, as time has gone on, this game has gotten better and better in terms of driving. The cars seem to be easier to control cars in slides now without them suddenly spinning round on you so quickly, which is always nice to see. We've got a couple more laps to try and survive and make up places. I want to push an AI car into the oncoming lane and cause a crash. You see, now when everyone's a little bit spread out, the AI are perhaps a little bit too rigidly set in their paths down the middle. They can make mistakes, but yeah, everyone's just kind of driving perfectly safely down the middle bit when there's no one around to be racing with, which is well, I say not quite in the spirit of Crash Alley. It just brings a little bit less carnage, and the whole point of this race is it's supposed to be absurd. Something just fell out of my car. I don't really know what it was. Well, I say my car, what's left of my car. I'm surprised there is much movement still going on because, yeah, we were utterly screwed over in that opening. To actually make our way back up to 4th is quite good going. The leader is just miles gone. I would, if I could A, see him, and B, react. Oh, there he is. He's in that red car. Try and find a way to crash him. Now, I need to stop him. Oh, we're on to the final time around, so I'm only going to get one more shot anyway. I suspect it'll cause me more grief than it'll cause him. So we're going to have to try... Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna take a victory on that one. We are very, very near a podium. If we just run super fast into this corner... No! I had to try it. I just bounced off the inside wall. It was worth a go. Oh, look, now someone's decided to have a crash. Oh, that was a nasty bugger of a crash. That was a real nasty bugger of a crash. Okay, oh, we've got a whole new UI for this as well. Sure. It's still only got a slow down rather than a rewind. Although, I guess, can we click and drag here? No, we can't. That's a little bit of a shame. I just wanted to go see the tremendous crash that went on. I think it was a second lap, wasn't it? Where things really did start to kick off. Slowed back down to normal speed. There we go. Right. Okay, we gotta. No, I can't go bloody back. Yeah, there's a new menu system for all of this, which is quite nice. Not sure about the replay camera around here. Spherical camera? What does that do? Oh, right. Okay, so you just sort of look at your car and spin around. Okay, cool. That's a new thing. I like the track. I feel like there could and perhaps should be a little bit more in terms of opportunities for cars. It might just have been that I had a lucky race. I say a lucky race, but we won some money. Yeah, I just got particularly lucky in staying out of trouble there. We're going to have a look at the second of the new tracks. It's another sort of work in progress one. This is a mixed 7. We will not go... I don't know how long it's going to be. We'll do a 4-lap race. And let's go for the American 2, shall we? Yeah, actually, no, we won't do this because what I will go and do is show you the new upgrading. So there are various things that you can do to the vehicle. So this is only implemented on a couple of cars, and I can't remember quite which ones it was. But there's going to be options to run different front bumpers, different exhaust systems, I assume variations in terms of roll cage, and so on and so forth. So it looks like customization of your cars is actually going to be pretty extensive. when it's when it gets sort of fully implemented, which is nice to see. This car has only got one paint at the moment, and it's not just kind of like visual stuff either. There is a fair amount of upgrading in terms of engine bits and pieces, so we can go for all the way up to a race intake manifold for almost $2,000 for an extra 10 extra horsepower, or we could just go and swap the engine out completely, which is what I'm going to go and do. So actually this is only a V6 to start with. I thought it was a V8. I kind of just assumed it was a V8, but no, apparently this one here has a V6. So we're going to spend $2.5 grand, so most of our prize money from that last race on a new engine. We have got, okay, that's good, because all your differential options to choose from. That will have a big effect, especially on cars like this, and when you're racing with the dirt and so on. You can also go for stiff suspension, so if you're on tarmac is good, but will cause issues on dirt, and likewise soft suspension, good for dirt, but bad for tarmac. And seeing as we're on a mixed circuit, let's not mess around with that. Let's get some of those, though. We'll grab some race brakes. Whoopsie, gone a little bit too far back. And, we can give it a proper 5-speed gearbox as well. Yes, let's do that. So yeah, there is a fair amount of customization options now around for these vehicles, and I imagine it's only going to get more as time goes on. I think we are therefore ready to go and take a look at a new circuit. Well, again, much like the Crash Canyon, it's work in progress. The scenery is a little bit on the bland side by the by the looks. I am towards the back of the field, probably the more entertaining place to be starting. There is the traditional Constantina effect crash. Whoop! Didn't mean to try and roll you over. That's not necessarily how you want to be starting a race. Yeah, the cars at the back always seem to be able to get off. Where are you going? Why are you carting me all the way over here? I don't want to be that far away. Oh, I want to get back onto the track. Somehow out of all of that, I've made my way up in towards the top 10. We've got a fair bit of speed about our car. Am I going to put the green car around? Is he going to save it? Yeah, he got away with that one. I think he did sort of lean on me ever so slightly. Ooh, that's an interesting crest. This is a very quick circuit, actually. Oh, bad car. Big wiggles from our big American boat. This is a very, very quick circuit, actually. They are almost... Where are we going over there? We're making up the circuit quite a lot. Like it, though. It's my kind of circuit, this. It is a relatively short lap around here. Didn't really need to quite go for as few as 4 laps. But it's going to make things tense for me in terms of trying to catch the cars ahead. Ooh, I've not got the grip to do that one. Thankfully, plenty of runoff area, can get away with it. Ooh, and there's little European cars to overtake, not to try and roll over. Well, I mean, if it happens to be that they are at a good point for me to give that little bit of assistance in tipping them over, then it would be rude not to. Or he might just wiggle his way and get out of trouble. The lucky bugger. I thought he might roll himself on that banking. Somebody's going to make a mistake on that banking and go straight over. I could dive bomb, but we're not going to. In fact, he's going to spin himself out. The AIs, you seem to be making a fair few of driver errors that I don't remember seeing so much of before, but maybe they did. Oh, I'm locking up the front brakes, no end. Like an idiot. Come on, turn. Thank you. Well, I mean, it just about got away with it. Very, very just about. I'm using all of the track and, well, quite a lot more beside, if I'm honest. That's not quite the line through there, although you do get a nice run up to the top of the hill. No one's going to run wide and spin. They went a little bit exploring, but no more than I have been, so that's okay. We'll let them get away with it. My turn to still run around the edge of the track. We've got a couple of laps. I might turn this into an impromptu roll to pass challenge. I say I got a couple of laps. I lied. I've only got one more lap to go. I don't know why I thought I was on completing the second lap there. Yeah, try and overtake the leader by rolling them. It's going to be difficult to do, though, because that is a very, very big car. And we haven't really got many places to do it. No, that's not going to work. Although, what I have done is shuffled him out of the way to give me a prime target in the European car as a vehicle. Much easier to roll the European cars when you hit the side of them, bounce off and carry on. So it's all going to go down in the final corner as well. I like this circuit. I think this is a really, really nice circuit. It's a little bit forgiving perhaps in places almost, but very fast, very nice and flowing, some good undulations, good crests. No, didn't get him to roll over. It's a failure by me. I will say... Unless I get him to roll. I don't know where he went. I'm counting it. I put him, I think he went through the pit lane perhaps to finish that one. Yeah, that's, I'm racing in a far too faster a car. That would explain a lot. Only marginally, I'm in the B-class car. I didn't realise that it jumped me up a category. I was also expecting it to like auto-change the class if I've gone up one, but apparently not a thing. I should have paid attention to that sort of stuff. Yeah, really like the track. Very fast, very flowing. Some good hill sections, some great corners around that one. Well, I think we've got to go and have one more go at... let's have another go at Crash Canyon. We will go and get in our little European car. I wonder if... Okay, let's just go back for a second. I'm just curious to see what engines we can put in. Oh, we can't put in the big V8. That's a shame. It'd be fun to have a big V8 in in this. I'm sure there'll be a mod somewhere at some point that will allow that sort of a thing. Right. That's all good. Let's go to quick race again. Options. We are in Class C. I'm fairly sure this car is a Class C one. Yeah. Right. Oh, we'll give it a couple more laps, just because 4 laps isn't really long enough to appreciate Crash Alley. Although it might be in the case of Crash Canyon. Sorry, it might be in the case of this one, with there being slightly less carnage when everyone spreads out. We will wait and see, though. Well, I'm kind of hoping I'm towards the back of the field, because bugger, this is not necessarily a good place to be starting. What are two things that'll likely happen? Either I will get utterly murdered in the opening lap or two, or I will get to the front and then drive around and have a lonely race until I get murdered by something coming across the track. That tends to be the way that it goes if you start at the front of this kind of a circuit. Ooh, a little bit twitchier in this vehicle, as you perhaps might imagine. Well, we would have been in a lot of bother. Thank you. It's just flying cars going all around me. We would have been in a lot of bother if that had been on anything other than the opening lap, because we were bouncing around out of control in the oncoming cars. But we got away with that one quite well. Oh, that's a big old pile-up going on there. Someone's had a lot tougher time of it than me. Excuse me. Oh, well, amazingly, I did some damage. I didn't really do much damage. I just turned him. They got me past. I'll take it on the big, very big, well, I say very big, it's not the biggest, but a heavier, much heavier muscle car. To be able to turn that one out of the way is not bad going. Now, have we got, no, you see, at the moment we're clear running down here. There's nobody, ooh, nobody heading in the other direction. The other thing is a little bit twitchier than I was expecting it to be. Perhaps not so surprising, but there we go. Watch for anything doing stupid things down here. No, they all seem relatively calm. I'm going to need someone to do stupid things if we're to catch the leader. Yeah, the leader is ahead of this little battle over second place. I want a podium this time. I mean, I want to win, ideally, but a podium would suit me. Well, I would settle for a podium if we could manage that. Everyone's a little bit too sensible down here. Just needs a little tweak with either with the AIs or maybe a slight narrowing up of the track or something, just to add that little bit more chaos down here that a track like this should be. Because at the moment, you can see here, everybody is just doing their own thing, and then it becomes, oh, apart from me who's hit a cone and spun round. But, yeah. Oh, there's a reverse in there somewhere. Unless I'm causing accidents, which, let's face it, is a fairly common occurrence. It's just too well behaved at this circuit. It's great to see it back, and I'm sure fairly small tweaks are needed to bring that chaos level up a little bit. Maybe make the jumps a little bit, it's like a little bit more vicious, but you don't want them too vicious to sort of constantly spin you out. It just needs something brought here to up the chaos factor. You can get some really big crashes like we've got here that we're going to jump through the middle of and jump up into third place. But it seems to be that you only really get like one a race, which is... That crash is entertaining, but then for the rest of the race it is just a fairly simplistic time. Although I'm having issues with my driving. That's this is a lot harder to drive than I remember it being. I said the muscle cars felt really nice to drive. This one here, not quite so much. Perhaps I need to have a look at some upgrades for it and improve the handling through that. It does look like typically we're going to finish, or maybe not finish fourth, because third got annihilated by something. I was kicking off a little bit now, but it's all a little bit too little, too late. Can I make up a? I really want that third place. If he doesn't get murdered down the crash alley section, then he's bumped into the wreck of a car, but I've launched myself off a jump, and we're going to smash into the oncoming traffic, and that's me done for. That sort of thing. The AIs, if the AIs got fired off of the jump just a little bit more unpredictably, perhaps, into the oncoming lanes to cause the sort of carnage that you want, that would potentially be a way to do it. We're going for that place. Thank you very much. Although he's actually, I think, going to get away with riding the wall. Come on, twitchy little European car. No! You bugger. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have Crash Canyon back. And as I said, it's very much a work in progress track. I have no doubt that we will see improvements around here. And yeah, just a little teensy bit more chaos is needed for it to be as good as the old Crash Alley. It's certainly a solid start, as I said. Nice to see it. Nice to see it back in here. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.